Welcome to the King's Corner Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Christian King, and I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today's podcast, I want to talk about Russell Wilson again. I know, I just talked about him on Tuesday. But, today, a report comes out about the teams that he wants to go to, and I believe the teams on that list were the Cowboys, the Jets, the Bears, and Raiders. Now, he wasn't demanding a trade. He told the Seahawks management if he was to get traded, those are the places he wants to go. But when I saw that list, I had the bone to pick with Russell Wilson. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, please, but I know I'm not. Since the year 1997, that was the last year the Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl. Who's been better ran organizations? The Seahawks or the Cowboys? Seattle. How do I know that? The 4 NFC Championship appearances, 3 NFC Championship wins, and they've been to and have won a Super Bowl in that span. And they've won the division multiple times. What are the Cowboys done since 1997? They haven't been to the NFC Championship game once. Have won the division 4 times since 1997. And, get this, they've missed the playoffs the last 2 years. Now, I could see if he wanted to go there 4 years ago. They had a great O-line, a young Zeke, but why does he want to go there now? Wilson keeps saying, I want my legacy to live on. Wilson, if you go to Dallas, your legacy's not going to live on. Next, let's go to Seattle versus New York. Russell, I don't know if you know this. Outside of those 2 AFC Championship appearances in 2010 and 2011, the Jets haven't done anything for the past, since Super Bowl III, that's 50 years? 50 years? You want to go to an organization that hasn't done anything in 50 years outside of 2 AFC Championship appearances? They were 2-14 last year. 2-14. I know Robert Saleh is going to be a good head coach. I know that. It's not a prediction. I know it. But you're going to risk your career going to the Jets? Even if the Jets have a good head coach, their GM or their owner is going to find a way to screw that up. Don't go to New York, Russell. Now, you say you want to go to Las Vegas. Why do you want to go to Vegas? They have the poorest owner in the NFL. Now, granted, no owner in the NFL is poor, but Mark Davis, Al Davis' son, is the poorest owner in the NFL. He has the least amount of money. He's in Vegas, which means he has more value, but why do you want to go there? Their GM, yes, I like Mike Mayock, and I like John Gruden. I don't love them. They're not better than Pete Carroll and John Snyder. Why do you want to go to a different organization, Russell? And then you said Chicago. Russell Wilson, what don't you understand by Chicago ruins everything they touch? When Carson Wentz was rumored to be going to the Bears, I almost had a heart attack because that was the last place he wants to go. The Bears are pretty much the Philadelphia Eagles of Chicago. Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace are the Howie Roseman and Doug Peterson of the NFC North. Why do you want to go there? The only place Russell Wilson could go right now, and I'd say he has a chance of getting his legacy back on, isn't available because they just traded for a quarterback about a week ago named Carson Wentz. Indianapolis is the perfect place for any quarterback. Another perfect place for Wilson would have been San Francisco, but I don't count them as a place even reasonable because that's in division. And no team will ever trade a great quarterback in division. Somebody on my post 2 days ago, though, commented, I believe the guy's name was CF, he commented, then deleted it, and he said, if this was any other quarterback, I would be praising them. No, I wouldn't. Russell Wilson, there's no quarterback that was available this offseason that has had the success Wilson's had in the organization and ready to leave. All the other guys that are getting out or being traded and want to get out of their cities, they have reasons to. Russell Wilson doesn't have any reasons. I mean, sure, he has the most seasons being sacked 40-plus times than any other quarterback in NFL history. But those aren't all on the offensive line. Russell Wilson needs to take accountability. I mean, Russell Wilson struggled to beat a broken-thumb Jared Goff-led LA Rams team. The last game Russell Wilson played, he looked like a top 30 quarterback. I'll give you that. He didn't look like a top 10. He didn't look like a top 20. When you actually look at it, down the stretch, Carson Wentz and Russell Wilson played a lot more similar than people want to say it. Russell Wilson's numbers were identical to Carson Wentz. And that's not a good thing because, as we all know, Carson Wentz was god awful last year. And I'm a huge Wentz supporter, but he was god awful. When you're putting up numbers identical to Wentz, you're not doing something good, man. And I don't want to hear the offense is predictable. It's the NFL, buddy. Every offense is predictable. It comes down to your playmakers making plays. And Wilson, I don't know if you know this, but you're not going to get a better receiving core than what you got in Seattle. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, why is Russell Wilson trying to get out of Seattle? And I don't actually, and now that I'm thinking about it more and more, I don't actually believe it's him that wants to leave Seattle. I believe it's his wife, Ciara. And the reason I say that is, she's a pop star. Why does a pop star want to, quote unquote, waste her days in Seattle, Washington? I mean, that's the only reason that all those cities that she named, or he named, where he wants to go even make sense. Because what do all four of those cities that he named have in common? They're big, marketable cities. Big, marketable cities bring in money, revenue, and also allows her to build her brand. So I think this is more of a Ciara demanding out of Seattle than it is a Russell Wilson thing. I'm going to end my video off on this. Russell, if what I'm saying right now is true and it is Ciara forcing your hand, I know happy wife equals happy life, but are you sure you want to risk your legacy, putting your legacy in the hands of those organizations? Just saying, Russell, you might want to think about it. Thank you for watching this episode of King's Corner. See you tomorrow.